Birds and Swords, back at it. I'm Micah. We got the star of the show, Alyssa.
Woo!
Birthday girl. We're going to talk about a lot of exciting stuff today. We've been gone for a minute, so we're going to do some catching up. How are you doing tonight? First of all, 30-year-old.
Older.
Are you okay saying your age?
Yeah.
It's a big birthday.
Yeah, I feel really good about it. A lot of people warned me how sad it is to turn 30, but I feel really good. I'm really happy with where I'm at, in life and mostly physically. I don't feel like my back hurts or anything.
Not yet. My back hurt today.
Oh, it hurts sometimes. But
I remember my 30th birthday and kind of feeling the same way.
Yeah.
I'm in pretty good shape for 30.
Yeah.
You have to think about 30 a little differently. I
really loved my 20s, but they were crazy. And I'm ready to plateau a little bit.
Level it out.
Yeah.
Level it out.
It was a lot of traveling and partying and impulse decisions, crazy shit, maxing credit cards.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going to pay that off and I'm going to hopefully get a home and raise chickens. So kind of ready to make a little shift.
So what did you do for your birthday? It was 2 days ago?
Yeah, so it was on Thursday, and I wasn't planning on doing anything, actually. I typically, sometimes I'll have a party or go out, but I wasn't really feeling it because we just did a big vacation and everything. But my friends ended up kind of surprising me and coming over and just hanging out. So it was really nice. We just watched Love Island and hung out.
Well, let's talk about Love Island.
Yes.
Did you know that I've watched Love Island?
No, when you
nowhere?
commented on my status, I was really excited. Did you watch the new US season?
No,
Oh.
I actually haven't watched an entire US season at all because I can't make it.
Really?
Have you ever watched a UK, an original UK?
No.
Because the original UK ones, and I think I guess I haven't watched enough of the USA ones. Are the USA ones live where you can vote on it?
Yes. This one is, we started on season 6, and the only reason we're watching it is because of Ariana, who was in Vanderpump Rules. She's the host.
Oh.
So we're watching it because we're huge fans of her.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So this is the first season we're watching, it's season 6. But so this is live. And I mean, not we're not watching it live, but it was.
Yeah. It's, so I probably surprised you when I commented.
Yeah.
Man, the UK version's so much better. And I think I've only watched 2 seasons because the UK ones are the seasons are 60-something episodes.
Oh my God.
It's long and they're all an hour uncut. There's probably a lot that they could have edited out. But I feel like I've tried a lot of seasons and the original season 3 is the first one I watched because I Googled which is the best season.
Yeah.
And it totally is. There's so many curveballs and switcheroos, and the only thing I don't like about it is they try to make those competitions, those sexy little challenges or whatever. Those don't need to be in there.
Yeah.
Just give us the drama of...
The drama. Well, I feel like they have it...
There's a recoupling tonight.
I feel like they have the formula perfected for these challenges now, though, because the season we're watching, all these challenges are specifically causing drama. They had a challenge where you had to throw drinks in their face based off of the thing. So it would say throw the drink in the face of the most toxic person.
Oh.
So then that would cause drama, right?
Yeah.
So
there is some of that. I get that. Or
that I enjoy.
It reveals how certain people feel about each other.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's still besides the trash, because it's in that trash reality category for sure.
It's so trash and I love it.
But I still feel like the people there's still a lot of realism to it, even though the people are pretty fake. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because they're Instagram people and whatever, and they want followers, but they don't try to be anything besides that, though, either.
Right.
A lot of them are pieces of shit, but a lot of them are really good and wholesome underneath that influencer kind of persona. So it's interesting. I don't know. I feel like it's still grounded pretty well.
Yeah.
And they're good at throwing curveballs tonight's 2 people are going home. And you're oh, shit.
Right. Yeah.
Someone's going to lose the love of their life. Or
right. Well, that's the thing is watching it, Zach and I went into it and we were we hate everyone. Can't wait to see everyone cry. But now we have our favorites. And oh, she's so nice. Oh, no, he left her. We're getting very invested.
Yeah.
And
easy to have crushes too. And, And it's interesting is the initial house of however many people, I don't know if USA is like this, the initial house of how many people there are, triples throughout the season. Like people come on way later and people go home.
Wow.
Because like the final amount of people is the same as the beginning, but they send people home and bring new people in.
Oh yeah. They've been bringing in people a lot and sending people home. So yeah, that's true. Yeah.
No other show really does the cast
not well
that way.
Yeah.
Where they're bringing
the Circle tried, but they didn't. I couldn't finish that.
And like I said, like 60 episodes, they were bringing in people like episode 35. There was still like someone new. So it's almost like you're watching like 3 seasons.
Yeah.
But it is pretty trashy. And the UK one, the accents, and you pick up on some of the different slang and stuff. Maybe that's why some of it's better. Plus, it's like the OG. So, yeah, I've watched it.
We're thoroughly enjoying it.
And that's how you spent your birthday.
Yep. Watching Love Island. Yep.
Did you finish Survivor?
Yeah. So, no.
Whatever season you were on?
Yeah. So we're on season 4 now. 4 or 5. We just finished 4. So we're about to start 5. Loving it. I love Survivor.
I love it too.
I slept on it for my whole life, and I didn't realize how many of my friends watched it until I was like, I said something in like the group chat, and everybody was like, I've seen every season. And then I told you, and you're like, I've seen every season. Yeah. All of my friends have avidly watched this show, and it's so fucking good. It's so good. Especially the first like original 2 seasons when they're like starving to death and like just fighting for their life out there.
Yeah. Like I was telling you, it really hits his wheelhouse like seasons 12 through 30. They're on 40 something now. Yeah. It's been kind of lately.
Yeah. It's hard to find them all because like Hulu has some, Netflix has some, so we have to jump around.
Do you have Paramount? I think Paramount has all of them because that's like CBS.
Okay. I don't think we have that, but whatever. What's one more streaming service?
Once you get into those teens seasons, those are really, really good. It's brilliant because there's like no rule. There's very few rules. Like Jeff lets them create their own rules.
Savage. Oh, he's such a good host. I mean, he's got to be one of the best reality TV hosts I've ever seen.
Tribal Council's like therapy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's running a therapy session.
Yeah.
It's probably changed a lot now, but yeah, that's cool. So good birthday. Tell us about your vacation.
Oh, amazing. Oh my God.
To the Smokies?
Yes. We went to the Smoky Mountains in Tennessee. So we stayed in Pigeon Forge, which is like my favorite place in America. I love it. Not just because it's a pigeon.
Why is it called Pigeon Forge?
I don't know. Zach and I were actually joking about this when we were high in the cabin. We were like, where are the pigeons? And I was like, they're forging. Which is so stupid.
That's good. There's no. I wonder. Yeah, I don't know. You were just there. You didn't go on any historical. You didn't look at any history plaques.
So there was like
anywhere.
there was some plaques around, but I didn't really read them.
Well, you rode like the switchbacks and stuff. There had to be lookouts.
That we didn't read those really. Well, so what's hard about traveling with a big group is it's hard to get people to stop. So when we were on the bikes, it was just a lot of like riding for like several hours and then going back. I had to like ask at one point if we could stop just to take that picture I posted of me on my bike because it's so hard to stop with a big group. But
so how many people were with you?
We had about 14, I think.
Ooh,
it was a really big group. So the first day, because only like 3 of us had bikes and the other 2 had 4 of us, and 2 of them had like back seats or whatever. Mm-hmm. But so everybody else rented UTVs. So the first day we could all ride around the mountains together. The second day is when we did the Tail of the Dragon. So that was just us 3 on the bikes met up with a 4th, and that was awesome.
So who had the bikes?
It was me, my mom's boyfriend, Bob. And then his friend Gary, and then we met up with their friend Mark, and then they all had chicks on the back.
Yeah, that's what your mom was doing.
Yeah.
What did your mom wear?
She wears like biker bitch stuff. Like she has like the headband, the sunglasses, like the leather. Like she looks like a biker bitch. She looks hot. I love it. I love it for her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big moves.
The biker community is almost like, I don't mean this in a negative way, I guess, but it's almost like they're a clique, like a high school clique or something.
Right. You can just look at someone and tell.
Yeah.
And like the more I hang out with them, the more stuff I get to look like that too. And sometimes Zach will comment on that and be like, you look like a biker bitch today. I'm like, I know.
You're in the group. You're wearing the uniform.
I'm a groupie. So
what a great place to ride a motorcycle though.
Yeah. It was seriously just like breathtaking.
Yeah. Driving it's a headache.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Being on a bike, and it's like, it's exciting and exhilarating and just so beautiful, and just nothing compares. Even just riding through the mountains, but also in them. And
how was the weather? Good.
It was hot as fuck.
But it was clear. It didn't like rain.
No, it rained slightly one day when we weren't even out riding. We were totally fine. But I was the only one in the group that fully wears gear when I ride. So like the long sleeves and all that, and the chaps.
The chaps.
The assless chaps.
That's what I was going to say.
So I was like sweating so bad I thought I was going to pass out a few times. But once you get into the mountains, it cools off. So you just have to get through that Gatlinburg traffic.
Ooh, yeah. And it's so brutal because there's like one road in both of those
And it was
towns.
Labor Day weekend.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was packed.
Yeah.
Horrible traffic. Yeah.
Man, gotta get to the breakfast buffet. You know?
Yes. Literally.
Oh God. I can imagine those places are as beautiful as it is everywhere around there. Those towns are just everything that exists there exists because of tourism.
Right. And I'm not like typically someone that enjoys that side of it. Like
it's kind of cool though.
It can
be. Wouldn't want to live there.
Right. It's like fun for a day or two. But like my favorite was just like riding through the mountains and the Tail of the Dragon and
so what's the Tail of the Dragon? That's a specific.
Yeah.
That's a specific set of like switchbacks or something.
Yeah. So it's 11 miles with 318 curves.
Whoa.
Yeah. And it's really famous for motorcyclists dying on it basically because it's so dangerous. And so when you ride in through the road, there's just signs that are like high crash site, all this stuff. And it like someone had died on it 3 days before I got there. When I was riding it, someone went off the road. The guy who rode it with us said they had to like helicopter a guy out last time he rode on it. And it's like so dangerous and so fun. And I loved it. And they have like people will stand on the side of the road and like hold up signs and cheer for you. And like, it's just like unreal because it just, it's like you're doing something so crazy. But it's really, truly a challenge ride. And I was so proud of myself for doing it because when I got to the end, I realized like kind of how crazy that was.
Were you nervous before you started?
No, I was more excited than nervous. Yeah.
Did you do it downhill?
What do you mean downhill?
Or does it just roll?
Oh, it does it all. Yeah. So most of like the curves will dip a lot, which I think is what threw the guy off that I saw go off. Because it was, so it was like a bank curve and then a quick hairpin basically. And you like, if you miss it, you could just go off the fucking mountain. So, but it's so beautiful too. So you're like looking at it and you're like, I don't know.
A lot of things going on. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep. That's 34.6 turns per mile.
It was
I could break it down even more if you wanted, like one every 4 seconds.
It felt like that. Yeah, it was. I mean, there was like really like no slingshots for you. It was just constant turns and
exhausting.
It was really tiring, but really fun. And when you get it, like to the end of it, it's like in this ravine. It's the only way to get to this place. And they have like a band and a motel you can stay in, a bar. It's just like hundreds of bikers who had done the challenge. And they have a tree of shame where people who crashed hang up their parts.
Yeah, I saw a picture of that.
Yeah, and they have a wall of woe with all the crashes and stuff. Hundreds and hundreds of photos of people crashing. And it's just so unreal. It just was fun.
Your cabin looked cool too.
Oh, it was really nice.
We've stayed in a lot of those. That's how most of them look.
Yeah.
Foosball table, you know, random cool stuff.
Yeah.
And big windows where you can see out. So cool. I was there, I guess it's been 2 years ago. Chad was just there.
Yeah. Did he go to Parrot Mountain?
I don't think so.
Chad.
They love the touristy stuff with the kids and everything. They're riding go-karts.
Oh, it's perfect for the kids.
Yeah, it's perfect.
My dad used to take me there. Yeah.
Wrap it up with Parrot Mountain.
Oh, right.
So what is Parrot Mountain?
It is a mountain with parrots, to be honest.
Oh my God.
I know. It actually is truly a mountain of parrots. So it's a bird sanctuary for parrots, and these people just like have a whole mountain for them birds to live on. And you go there and there's just hundreds and hundreds of birds that you can hold and pet and feed and love and take home. And it's just like unreal.
You can, like walk into the enclosures.
Yeah. So they have enclosures you can walk into and feed them. Like that video I posted of Zach getting kissed alive by the birds. They loved him.
They like to nest in his hair.
Yeah, like our birds do. But they also have them just like outside, and you can just go up to the birds on the perches and like hold them and stuff. And these are like big parrots a lot of people will never get to hold. Like I don't have, they're expensive.
They're not in your local pet
store. So and then at the end, there's the bird nursery with baby birds.
Ooh.
And every time I go in there, I cry. Oh. I cried a lot.
How many times have you been there?
I've been to Parrot Mountain. So I've taken every guy I've ever dated to Parrot Mountain.
That's your move, huh?
That's my move. That's how I lock them in.
Parrot Mountain.
So I've been like, because then my dad was the first one that took me, and we've gone several times. And then I dated one guy that we went like 8 times. So I've probably been there like a solid, like, it's got to be like 12 times.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I remember when I was there, you texted me and you're like, "You're going, right?"
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't think I'm with my family. You know, I don't know if that's
It is out of the way. It's out of the way.
I think you've mentioned it a couple. So did you go? No.
Gotta go to Parrot Mountain.
I go to Parrot Mountain. How many different kinds of like bird species are
They've
there?
got to have like, I don't know, like
Are there like flamingos and stuff?
it's
like,
all
is it
parrots.
All birds. It is all
so
parrots.
It's
tropical
just parrots. Yeah.
paradise.
So they have like everything ranging from toucans to cockatoos, like anything classified as a parrot, like even cockatiels, like my little birdies.
And what's it doing in the middle of bumfuck Tennessee?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Just someone that lived there,
Loves
it started
birds.
it, was passionate about
Yeah.
it. That's all it's got to be, I
Yeah.
guess. And it's still close enough. So how far of a drive, like from town, is it?
It was from town. It's only like 10 minutes. It wasn't bad, but it is out of the way. It's not like in Gatlinburg.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's awesome. I recommend, and the money that you use to pay to go there goes directly to taking care of those birds. You know, it's a
That's cool.
it's a
All
nonprofit.
Good cause type
Yeah.
stuff. That's nice.
And there's a bunch of rabbits walking around too, because like of all the seed on the ground.
Oh.
So the rabbits and squirrels are just like crossing your
Parrot
feet.
Mountain featuring. We are Birds and Swords, presented by The Barn, brought to you by Black Bayou Coffee Roasters, Healthy Hemp Gear. We're going to take a break. We're going to get real cynical right after this.
Thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this episode. BetterHelp is the world's largest therapy service, and it's 100% online. With BetterHelp, you can tap into a network of over 25,000 licensed and experienced therapists who can help you with a wide range of issues. To get started, you just answer a few questions about your needs and preferences in therapy. That way, BetterHelp can match you with the right therapist from their network. Then you can talk to your therapist however you feel comfortable, whether it's via text, chat, phone, or video call. You can message your therapist at any time and schedule live sessions when it's convenient for you. If your therapist isn't the right fit for any reason, you can switch to a new therapist at no additional charge. With BetterHelp, you get the same professionalism and quality you expect from in-office therapy, but with a therapist who is custom picked for you, more scheduling flexibility, and at a more affordable price. Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/thebarn. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/thebarn.
Welcome back to Birds and Swords. Alyssa, say chicken.
Chicken.
Chicken. Chicken. I'm going to go on a rant, if that's okay.
Do it.
My rant is that nothing works. Nothing works. Like nothing works.
In regards to,
Anything.
okay.
Especially software. I feel like software engineers, like, either one, have the easiest job ever and can be lazy about stuff, or B, like corporate greed type of stuff. Like, we're not going to spend the money to fix this.
Yeah.
There is so many times, like, how many times, like, on your phone do you have to, like, restart the app?
Yeah.
Restart your phone.
Right.
Or I do a lot of stuff with on the computer, like designing graphics and stuff, and there's so much time that I lose because it just doesn't work.
Yeah. Adobe. Oh, don't get me started. The amount of times my computer has crashed when I was working on the logo for Birds and Swords. You remember I lost like 10 hours of work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just crashed. And I mean, everybody in the artist community made fun of me for not saving every 10 minutes, which is what you're supposed to do. But why can't the program just not crash?
Yeah, why is and it's like everybody's okay used to it enough that the companies can just be like, fine.
Yeah.
I feel like there's some instances where it does. Most of all, I think, most of the time, I think Apple stuff works. Like, if you have a Mac, you're better off than anybody. Like, it's possible, but it just doesn't work. Like, apps on your phone, software. There's so many times where I'm like, well, this should do it, but it doesn't.
Right.
Or it's lack of, like, the UI or user interface. Like, I should be able to just do this. Like, why do I have to Google how to do this?
Yeah.
Like,
it feels
why
like,
isn't the time spent?
yeah.
And it drives me so insane that
Half-assed.
nothing works, because it's also possible. I was going to say this, like, if you build bridges or buildings, you have to be perfect, right?
Right.
Like they always work.
Yeah.
Like 99 point,
Yeah, other than the
condo
tragedies,
collapse and,
yeah.
whatever. But like it's possible to have things work and then people just don't.
Yeah.
Like, does that make sense?
Yeah, it's frustrating
It
for
drives
sure.
me crazy. I run into, like I said, I do a lot of my work stuff on the computer, but there's like 5 or 6 times a day where I say to myself, I'm just like, this just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Like they didn't code this. They could have just done this and they don't.
Even just with the podcast stuff, I feel like there's times where it's just like something that has worked for us for the past 2 years suddenly stops.
Yeah, it just doesn't work anymore because
And I just
there was an update and they forgot to code it in or
right.
something.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Software engineers, I don't know that behind the scenes environment, I guess. I don't know what, like they need to have more meetings or something.
Yeah.
Because, oh man, nothing works. I know everybody agrees with me on that. Like nothing works. Like your car doesn't work. Eventually
don't
it'll stop working.
Don't get me started on the
Plus there's the
cars,
whole,
dude.
there's the whole, the light bulb thing. Where they like invented the original light bulb and whenever or whoever General Electric was going to like whoever was first like mass produce them, they had light bulbs that would like last forever.
Yeah.
But they would be like, well, we're not going to make any money like that. So
Right.
we need to design it to break.
Oh, I know. I hate that part of capitalism a lot.
There's a lot of that. Like,
Everywhere, in every industry.
Yeah.
Like anything that manufactures a physical product, it's designed so that you need to spend more money on it, designed to break, designed to update, all these things. Like, it's frustrating as fuck.
Yeah, I don't know. I get so mad about it and I just want answers. And I'm like, I'm not in those rooms. So I'm trying to think of, is this just corporate greed where they could fix it, but they don't want to pay 2 or 3 IT guys for 8 hours each to fix it real quick. They're like, nah, people are used to that.
Right.
Because people are just so used to it. Well, I'll just restart this or whatever.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense to me. It pisses me off so much. So much.
That's completely valid because I feel the same.
What's been pissing you off lately?
What's been pissing me off lately? Gosh, so much.
So much.
I mean, honestly, I feel like what's been pissing me off.
What about the state of the world? Are you happy with the state of the world? I hate election years.
I hate election years.
Election years.
Yeah.
Why do we hate it?
Well, there's a lot of reasons. One, they won't leave you alone. That's a big one. And now they have access to text me. Let me read you this text I got.
Yeah, I've replied stop like so many times since
I'm not
January.
kidding you. They sent me this text today. We've asked Capitals 7 times if you support Kamala Harris, ... But you still didn't complete the poll. Sad face.
Said they put an emoji?
Yeah. Look at that. It's so dramatic, right? And they did text me 7 times along with every other political poll in the United States right now. They're texting me every day. It's gotten to the point where my phone notifies me that says political call.
Yeah,
I get so many.
I've seen that too.
That is a big reason. Another reason is that the economy takes a huge shit during election year because everybody's unsure of what's going to happen. What are taxes going to do? What is, what policies are going to change? Companies won't spend money and people won't spend money on things like their house and anything that is like a risk. So the economy just takes a big dump. The political ads they're always mudslinging. They're always negative and they put you in this negative mindset, whether you believe it and you're like, oh my gosh, I am afraid of immigrants. They're going to come to my house now, and you're in that mindset of fear and hate, or if you're in the mindset of I'm sick of seeing this asshole on TV. So no matter what, when you see the political ads, it's a negative experience and it makes you feel mad or afraid or angry or alone. And it's just like all of these things culminated, and then all your friends get too fucking into it, and it's not that they don't agree with you, it's that they aggressively and hatefully don't agree with you.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of like, they don't just say things that are like that's like iffy point of view. They're like actually being really hateful, and you're seeing the worst side of them, right? And so friendships are being broken, families are being broken. I mean, violence goes up.
Division.
Yeah.
Something that's interesting, because this is a America type of thing, is almost every other democracy in the world, their like election period lasts like 45 to 60 days.
Oh my God.
Ours lasts like a year and a half.
Right.
And that last year, or especially the last 6 months, is brutal. And that's where we are now.
Yeah.
And it's just
hammered in, dude.
Yeah, but you're right. So much negativity. And I don't think, and Trump has a lot to do with that, but it doesn't matter. It was like that when, my first presidential vote was George Bush, and there was a lot of hate and negative stuff then too. That hasn't changed since like the Nixon era, most likely. But it's just gotten worse and worse and worse with with the candidates that we have, where it's just exhausting.
It's so exhausting. It's just like some of the shit that you hear
divides
people
your friends
say.
and
and you just see like I don't know, this like election year. I'm looking at some people I know and I'm like, you're actually dumber than fuck.
Yeah.
And it's like hard to see the side of people and see how like so gullible they are. And it's just,
and
I feel helpless.
Well, and what's frustrating is that they feel the exact same way about you.
Right. But I don't, it's like, yes,
they
but.
both think they're right and have done their research.
Oh, yeah. 100%. But I guess like for me, I know there's plenty of people that think I'm like the dumbest person they've ever met, but I don't like post about it nonstop on Facebook. Like I've unfollowed people because it's like, you just shut up. Like honestly, whether I agree with you or not, it's annoying.
Yeah.
Like even my friends I agree with, I'm like, chill out. Are you gonna just post about your sandwich or something, man? Anything else?
Yeah.
It's just too much. I'm exhausted and I'm sad.
But I also get it, and that's part of like even social media is a part of free speech, and elections are important to a lot of people, and you're just gonna see that regardless of how you feel about it, and it's everywhere. I do feel like the nonstop, through text messages and automated stuff, or even coming up in your social media feeds, ads and things like that.
Yeah.
It just goes on for too long. I'd probably be able to handle it if it was 45 to 60 days like it is in a lot of other parts of the world. The election's important. I get that.
Yeah.
You want to win. You're going to get your donations, spend the money on your campaign. Let us know what you're doing. I get it. But to do it for this long, it's just exhausting. And unfortunately, these last, third in a row election that we've had has had all this negativity.
Yeah.
Around it,
and like very little talked about actual policies, and I'm just so tired of the bullying on both sides. Like for real, just tell me what your plan is, because we're like not in a great place right now.
It was the same thing with Trump and Hillary. It just became half the debate had to be about all this bickering and arguing and rebuttals with all. It was
like who can roast the other one, who can be.
It's like they didn't have the time to talk about the real issues because they were. I don't know. I mean, just so much has changed. It's just it's almost like the whole process has been disrespected. Yeah,
completely. I mean, it's embarrassing enough they have to mute the mics because the other person won't stop talking over them. I mean, seriously, how embarrassing for us. And to have fact checkers, the moderators also have to actively fact check the candidates. That is really fucking embarrassing for us. Come on.
I feel like there's and that exists because I feel like there's this entire different side of the internet I don't see only if a certain someone posts it and be like, man, your whole feed probably looks like that.
Yeah.
It's like there's a whole different side of the internet.
Right.
And I'm sure it's the same way regardless of which side you're on, I suppose. But man, it's just so...
It's crazy out there. It's so crazy.
It is. And I think, I guess to wrap up this conversation, I feel like once we get to the election, regardless of the outcome, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. Trump's going to lose the popular vote regardless.
Yeah.
He could still win the presidency through the Electoral College, but he's going to lose the popular vote regardless. But I feel like if he wins, it's going to suck because it's like the Fourth Reich of Christian nationalism and Project 2025 and whatever.
It's like, I don't want to be here anymore.
I don't know if all that stuff would come true, but they would work their way towards that. They have the Supreme Court and all that stuff.
Yeah.
If they lose, I think we'll be more ready for it as a country. And I think the White House and everything being occupied by Democrats already, no one has to leave and come in. If he loses outright, the Electoral College and everything, still going to be bad.
Yeah.
There's going to be some kind of insurgence of,
another one, you think?
Of his cult, something, somewhere, somehow. Yeah.
I don't know.
The positive is that we'll be ready.
Yeah.
Because the United States will have their president in the White House already. No one has to leave and come back in. all that stuff. But
Right.
I think it's going to be bad. It's going to be a mess.
It's for sure going to be messy. Yeah. It's for sure going to be messy.
I'm excited.
No, well, fine. Looking forward to the final season of America.
Yeah. Could be. We're going to come back with Mount Rushmore. We've been wanting to do Mount Rushmore of some random things. That's going to be fun. So we're going to flip this back to the positive and funny side. We will be back right after this.
Looking to add to your outfit or home in a sustainable way? Look no further than Healthy Hemp Gear. Now partnered with Birds and Swords to bring you even closer to perfect solutions for your day-to-day life. Use code BNS, that's B&S, to get 15% off each order of hemp apparel and home goods, just for being an awesome listener. Go to healthyhempgear.com today to check out apparel that appreciates the earth and you.
Bringing it in with Birds and Swords. We're having a great time tonight. Good combos, right?
Yeah.
Current state of affairs, those kinds of things.
That's fun.
So, that's fun. And that was fun in the past tense because it just happened.
Right. Exactly.
So, we've been wanting to do Mount Rushmore. So, if you know how Mount Rushmore works, it's the top 4 just of any kind of thing you would have. Obviously, just like the presidents. Stole this from another podcast, but we're not that original. Actually, we've done plenty of original things, I feel like. So we can still...
I could probably name one later.
Yeah. So Mount Rushmore we wanted to do tonight. So top 4 whatevers, these random categories we kind of collaborated on. And we're going to go through those. And it's going to be a lot of fun, I think. What do you think?
I think so, for sure. I'm excited.
All right. So let's start out with our first one. And I guess we'll just alternate.
Yeah.
We didn't really talk about that, I guess. We'll just alternate.
Perfect.
So we're going to do our Mount Rushmore of fries. French fries. Crinkle cut fries, curly fries, whatever you want. So why don't you go first? Who is on, or which kind of fry, or from where, I guess? That's kind of what I did, is from where, right?
I did both.
Okay.
So my first one was like a type of fry, which is the sweet potato fry.
Ooh.
It's so good, especially with like cream cheese dipping.
Yeah. So what place like has the best version of that?
I don't know.
Is it seasonal?
Not really. I mean, I know Fuel Cafe, I eat there all the time, obviously, because I eat there for free because I work there.
Yeah.
They have sweet potato fries all year round, and it's just amazing. We do like a maple cream cheese with it. Yeah,
okay.
I'm a huge fan.
Okay. I'm going to go, and this might be an unpopular pick, but I'm going to go Five Guys.
Ooh, okay.
They get first of all, they give you way too many, and everybody knows that. Like
Right.
your bag is full
like a
of
potato
them.
sack.
Yeah, and it's like soaking grease through the bottom of the bag. You know, you have to get it home as soon as possible before the bag breaks. But I like how like potato-y they are. They're like really potato-y. You can tell they like
fluffy.
cut them. And if you go in the restaurant or if you've been in a Five Guys, they have like sacks of potatoes like around the restaurant.
Yeah.
So they're like all in on that. These
Yeah.
are real potatoes. from Five Guys.
This is serious to us.
So I'm going Five Guys.
Do you have Culver's on yours?
I do not.
Ooh, I have Culver's on mine.
I did think about it because I was thinking about crinkle cut because I really like crinkle cut fries. And I was like, who's got the best crinkle cut fries?
For sure, best crinkle at Culver's.
Is that why you chose Culver's?
Yeah. Because I typically am not a crinkle cut girl, but I really enjoy the crinkle cut Culver's fries. So.
They're good.
Yeah.
They're good. It's hard not to swap it to cheese curds and then add cheese curds, though.
I know. It's just too easy.
It's hard to go to Culver's and not get the cheese curds.
Yeah.
Because they're like the best commercial cheese.
Yeah.
The best mainstream cheese curd.
Right. Agreed.
Good choice. I'm going to go Steak and Shake.
I can't remember the last time I had Steak and Shake.
Steak and Shake. We had it on our road trip.
That was years ago.
Years ago, it was like
I don't remember what the fries tasted like at Steak and Shake 2 years ago.
They have, theirs are like shoestring. They're real thin.
Okay.
And getting them with cheese is really popular.
Ooh, now I want
So
some.
salty, real thin shoestring, which makes them unique. So you can grab like 6 or 7 of them at a time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 'Cause they're
Oh,
real
really
thin.
go in.
And dunk them. Yeah.
Man.
So Steak and Shake.
Okay, good choice. Good choice. My next one is going to be McDonald's.
Hey,
You got that?
That's my next one too.
All right. I just love how salty and greasy and soaked in beef it is.
Yeah. It's Yeah, you can't not put McDonald's on your Mount Rushmore, I don't think. Because they still, regardless, over the years, first of all, they still taste the same and they still taste different than anything else.
It's so
There's
good.
just something about the McDonald's fry.
Man. Well, I guess my favorite fry of all time is Cousin Sub's fries.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
They're so fresh and like soft. I love soft fries, and they make them so soft, but not quite. It's not the potato anymore. Like where it's transitioning to the fry.
That's a good point because I like especially with McDonald's, I like the soggy fries the best.
Yeah, and that's
weird.
like, but it's like so fresh, but it's
And
just
so clean.
Yeah, yes. It's like not quite committed to being the fry yet. Like it's not ready, but it is past the potato. So I really, and it's like salted to perfection. My mouth is watering.
We go get some right now.
Right.
That is a good. That's a good round out to your Mount Rushmore though, for sure.
Thank you.
Rounding mine out, and I don't even know if these are around up here. Maybe in the southern part of Wisconsin, the very very southern. I'm going Rallies / Checkers. Do you know what a Rallies is?
No.
No? Okay. So they're still straight cut, but they're seasoned fries, kind of like Arby's curly fries, but like heavier on the pepper.
Yeah.
But they're still thicker and more potatoey.
Okay.
That's like my favorite fry, and there's none of
Really?
those around here. I
Yeah,
don't
that's
think.
probably why I've never had
Unless
it.
they're in like Kenosha or North Chicago or something, maybe. So it's
That sounds amazing,
You never
though.
had those.
I feel
but
like I'm missing out.
they're like real bright orange.
Ooh.
They have the black pepper on
Yeah.
them, man, and that's like their standard fries, and I love those. You can just eat them plain.
That
like
sounds
you don't
so
even
good.
need any sauce.
Man, that sounds so good.
Fantastic. Those are good Mount Rushmores.
Yeah, I like those.
I want some fries now.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
I love fries.
They're just so good. They go with almost anything too.
Yeah.
It's just, well, potatoes in general, you could
Yeah.
just make the potato however you need in regards to the occasion.
Yeah. The French fry was the best idea, though. I'm pretty sure. All right, let's move on. This one's super random. Let's do our Mount Rushmore of things that are red.
All right.
Things that are red. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I feel like-
this is really wide open here.
Yeah, I'll be surprised if anything crosses over for this one. But mine, I guess it's like technically half of the equation, but Christmas lights.
Oh, I almost said Christmas.
Really?
Something.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's just like-
holly or something.
Yeah, it's just like the color red with green. Obviously, we're missing green from this, but it just like brings such like a soothing, calming feeling because it's like the holidays, and I think of family and being inside out of the cold.
Yeah.
And, oh, I don't know. It's like I don't really like Christmas, but man, I just love Christmas lights.
Just the lights.
Just the lights.
I don't care about anything else.
Nothing else.
Just the lights.
Just hang up the
Maybe
lights.
the tree. I like
Yeah.
seeing the tree.
Tree has the lights, so we'll take it.
Yeah, the red glow.
Yeah.
And the
it's-
Christmas tree. There's something about the Christmas tree of just leaving the lights on it at night. How warm it feels. Like get up and go to the bathroom.
Oh my
and the
gosh,
Christmas
yeah.
tree is there.
It just feels so safe.
Yeah.
It makes you think like you're a kid again. I don't know. I love it.
Mostly red though.
Yeah.
Good. I'm going to go things that are red. How about Ferraris?
Ferraris.
So I can't think of Ferraris being any other color but red. Like you have to have a red one, right?
I can't picture a Ferrari.
Maybe a white one, but man, I was trying to think of cars, and I immediately thought of Ferraris.
Do you want a Ferrari?
That'd be cool. I mean, I feel like they're mostly used for status,
Yeah.
but I just want to drive it really fast, take it to Germany or something.
Oh my gosh.
just let it loose.
That's awesome.
I'm not a big car guy, but I'm kind of a car guy. Like
You're a pretty car guy.
Like I have a nice car now that's
Yeah.
fast, but man, getting behind a red Ferrari. And I feel like any like 80s or 90s movie you've seen that has
Yeah.
a Ferrari in it, it's red.
It's usually like a spy movie.
It's red.
I feel
Yeah.
like Ferraris are in
There's
those.
either some kind of police violence or cocaine. One of the two. If there's
Or both.
If there's red Ferrari.
Well, I love that.
All right. What say you?
Let's say me, a red gel pen. Like you know what I'm talking about? The gel pens.
I do.
It makes me feel so powerful.
Just the red one?
Yeah, because the red is what makes you powerful, but the gel is what makes it pop, you know? So like I feel like when I write with a red gel pen, like I can do anything and I can tell anyone anything, you know?
Wow.
Imagine grading a paper with a red gel pen.
It feels like this is really an experience every time you pick up a red gel pen.
It's not often, okay?
Oh my gosh.
You specifically said red Ferrari.
Yeah, you're right.
I can have a pen and you can have a car.
Yeah, that's true. But there's just something about that red one.
Yeah, dude. It's
So do you have an example? Like, whatever you finish using it with, is it predominantly the red?
What do you mean?
So what are you using it for?
Like grading papers.
Oh.
But not me. I'm not a teacher. I like writing corrections on it. Like if I were a teacher.
Okay. I'm sorry. I was thinking that this as like an artistic standpoint. You're more technical.
Yeah. I just like writing over papers. Like
Yeah, I get what you
it
mean.
just feels powerful, man.
Underlining and like circling a comma.
Like this is wrong and you are wrong.
Yeah. Wow. I didn't think about that at all.
I didn't think it was that crazy till you made me explain myself.
No, I'm glad it happened.
All right, what do you got? What say you?
I'm gonna have barns.
Barns. That's a good one.
There's nothing like driving through the country and seeing a nice red barn.
We love barns in Wisconsin.
And the cornfields. Yeah, there's a lot of them.
They're all over, and they are red.
Yeah, same in Missouri. I really like it when people do the nice upkeep and have like a nice red barn though, or have their like initials on it, or the Jones farm, you know, like written across it.
I love it.
They're usually red. So
that is a good one.
Going with barns and the barn. We're
the
barn. By the barn.
The barn podcast.
And that barn that they broadcast from is red also.
That is love.
So barns.
Well, I really love my old Game Boy Advance Color. It was bright red, like bright red.
You had the red one.
Yep, I did, and I loved that thing so much. And anytime I even picture it in my head, it makes me feel like I'm like 11 again.
Were the buttons still like the grayscale, or did it have like color buttons?
Grayscale on mine.
Really?
Mine were grayscale. But
was it No, those were solid color, weren't they?
Yeah,
they weren't translucent.
Totally solid. It was like perfectly square.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that thing. That just makes me, it makes me so happy.
Was that your first like handheld system also?
Yeah, yes it was. I had played my cousins, like they had the other one, the translucent one that you were kind of talking about before the advanced color. But that was my first one and I loved it.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a good red thing. I'm going to go with apples.
Apples?
And partly because I'm not a big Granny Smith fan. I prefer the red apples.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in the minority on that. Like, give me a Red Delicious or a Fiji apple or whatever they're
I
called.
really like Honey Crisp.
What color is that?
It's not red. It's like a green.
It's like in between.
Some red. Yeah, it's got like orange red. But
one of my favorite, you should say snacks, but I usually say lunches, is I like slicing up apples with peanut butter.
Oh, I like it with caramel.
Or caramel, yeah. I eat that for lunch like a couple times a week usually. Peanut butter is like really good fat for you. Like it's got a lot of protein and stuff. And then instead of having bread as a base, if you have apples. And Red Delicious is the best. Bite me.
Bite me. I'm not gonna. I can't picture the taste right now. I don't eat fruits like ever.
Or maybe it's the
all
best
carbs here.
It might be the best pairing with peanut butter.
Yeah. Ooh.
To be fair.
Okay, that's fair.
To be fair. Yep.
Well, I do love a good apple.
I love apples so much. I love fruit so much.
I like fruit a lot too, especially like when I'm stoned. Because like it doesn't make my stomach hurt after. Like when you get like the munchies when you eat a bunch of chips, you pay for it, right? But when you eat a bunch of fruit, you feel good during and after.
Yeah.
So love fruit. It's a good munchie snack.
Pineapple is really good munchy snack.
I really like
strawberries.
Grapes.
I can just snack on the strawberries too.
Anyway.
Red fruits.
Red fruits.
I thought about putting strawberries on there.
You and your red fruits.
That's close second to apples.
I really love red hair dye.
Ooh.
My favorite color to dye my hair is red.
I didn't think of that.
Yeah. I love it, especially there's like this deep red my hairstylist used a couple times that just was like so deep and like blood. Like it was so
blood red. I was wondering if blood was going to come up.
Yeah. So I love dyeing my hair red. I think it's my favorite color to dye my hair.
It's not red right now.
No, it had a purple base and now it's like purple, ugly, white, faded brown. So, we're getting there.
When you do red though, it's not like your whole hair though.
No, I have done it and I do like it.
It's like highlight. You're like black with red highlights.
Yeah. I just like because I'm naturally blonde, and it makes me look so much weirder than I already look.
Blonde.
If you can't tell by the way I talk.
Or check out the baby pictures we posted. Yeah.
Yeah, my friend sent me that like screenshot of my mom's post and was like, I've never seen you not goth. And I responded and I was like, that is not me.
Yeah, your birthday post with your mom, you had like a flower dress on, but not only did you have a flower dress on, you were like doing a curtsy.
I know.
You like had your skirt and you were like,
God, how things have changed. I feel like, let's talk about cynical. It used to be so like pure and cute.
yeah. Hilarious. Yeah, I like red in your hair. Okay. I like it when you just go solid black, to be perfectly honest.
I like it too, but my issue is, and I would continue doing this forever, when I dye my hair black and it starts to grow out because I'm blonde, the roots make me look like I'm balding.
So you like it to be a lighter color?
Yeah, so that it hides my roots better. Because if I just do the black, when it comes in, I for real look like I'm balding on top.
Yeah.
So,
you know what an asshole would say would be, well, if you just kept up with it.
I know, right? I know that it's at this point, it's like I need to be.
Yeah, I think that whole. I don't have any idea, obviously, but it sounds like that whole process is expensive too.
Yeah, it can be, especially when you first anytime you have to bleach your hair. It's pretty expensive. Yeah. I have a really good stylist though, and I really love her. So
downtown
West Bend.
Out here, downtown West. I go to West Bend too.
Yeah,
I go to Sarah. Hell yeah.
I go to Anastasia. Oh, you go to Sarah. I love her.
Yeah, for sure. Well, she does she posts some.
Well,
really
her
cool,
hair stuff is really cool. The fun colors. I've seen some really cool shit done by her.
I've just never. Yeah, I'm always just there for my shit. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
You're out of red things.
I am out of red things.
My number one red thing on my Mount Rushmore is the St. Louis Cardinals.
I knew it.
Easy.
I knew it.
Easy.
I thought you would say that or just Cardinals, to be honest. Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't say Mad Moxie.
How is she red? Just because she wears red?
Yeah. And I'm looking at these coasters.
Honorable mention.
But yeah, I knew Cardinals for you, 100%. Yeah. There's no way.
Don't even have to explain. Moving on. Scary movies. Scary movies? Spooky movies?
Spooky movies. One of my favorites is A Quiet Place.
That's on your Mount Rushmore?
Yeah. I think it's so well done. Because, I mean, I guess it's more sci-fi thriller than horror or spooky, but I just thought it was so well done and unique, and everything's been a sequel, a prequel, or a remake in the past 10 years, and it was just completely unique, original, creative, suspenseful, and like well-written lore.
Yeah, John Krasinski.
Loved it.
Jim from The Office. Yeah, it is good. And it's one of those, takes the Spielberg approach of not showing the monster too much.
Yeah.
That's like his thing. Like, you don't see Jaws really in that movie. Even Jurassic Park, there's not, in the original, there's not dinosaurs till you're like 50 minutes in. Mm. And it definitely does that. Plus, it takes the kid at the beginning.
Right.
And that's not spoiling anything because it happens right at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Like, he can't stop it.
Yeah.
It takes the youngest kid. He's deaf, maybe even. No, the daughter's deaf.
The daughter.
Never mind.
Well, either way.
Good choice though. That
Thank you.
That movie is really creepy. It's good times. And she's pregnant, right?
Is that the second one?
No, I think she's pregnant in the first one.
In the first one? Oh yeah, because she gives birth and then the baby in the lockbox thing. Yes.
Yeah. And you're like, well, that's gonna make noise.
I know. I was so pregnant. Stressed. I was like, oh God. Yeah. That was very stressful.
It's a good twist.
Yeah.
I have there's an old original, but I like the 2003 version of The Hills Have Eyes.
I've never seen that.
So I'm not and I think we've talked about this before, at least you and I for sure. I'm not big on paranormal stuff, ghosts and crazier shit. So I like the seated in reality, batshit crazy kind of horror, serial killers, nut jobs, things like that. The Hills Have Eyes is kind of a radiation infected community. You've never seen The Hills Have Eyes?
I know of it, but I've never seen it.
There's a couple stupid sequels. There's an original that came out in the 70s, which is pretty good. But they did a version in, I don't know what year it came out. It was early 2000s, I think. And it was really creepy. And another thing that's creepy about it is almost everything happens in the broad daylight because they're in the desert. There's no shade. So it's a different take on that horror movie, not be creepy darkness type of thing. Like, everything happens out in the open.
Interesting.
And it's just a batshit crazy kind of people situation. That movie rocks.
I'll have to check that out. Remind me. I mean, spooky season is among us, so it's time.
I'll link you. I'll link it to you.
Perfect. My next one is going to be the original Halloween.
Yeah.
I really, really love that movie. I think it embodies like the peak of horror and thriller because like they created these characters like Freddy and Jason and Michael, and it created whole franchises and these movies. I mean, at least for Halloween, was made on such a small, tiny budget, and they just did so much with it and made it so amazing. And like the staple of like the little waist and the titties out and the hot girls like getting stabbed and
all the cliches
over the top.
Yeah,
I love a good cliche. I love these like camp ass movies like from the 80s. The original one is so good.
It wasn't necessarily cliche at the time.
No.
I'm sure it had seen
They had no idea how they created the cliche.
Yeah. I'm sure they had seen some. I feel like that genre has some underground to it. Like a lot of people do their own shit, so there's probably some ideas somewhere. But you're right. It like created all those cliches.
Yeah, amazing movie.
Up next for me, Pet Sematary.
Oh, the original?
Creeps me. Yep.
Yeah,
like
I never saw the original one. I just saw the new one.
Okay, and I haven't seen the new one.
It wasn't great.
Okay. The original, like the guy that plays the old man, is super fucking creepy. Plus the whole premise.
Yeah.
And then the toddler gets hit by the truck, and then it's just such a twisted story. It's obviously Stephen King. I actually have 2 Stephen King things on here.
Oh wow.
Spoiler alert. Plus like having pets and cats that I love. Like all of that fucks with you. I mean, that's why he wrote it.
Right. Yeah, he did great.
So, but the original is super. I challenge you to sit through the original version.
I need to. My mom loves it too. It's one of her favorites.
Yeah, it's like how it's cast. Like the guy that plays the old man and the kid is really creepy when he's like resurrected or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, the actor that they have is the kid, real blank face, and yeah. On the Mount Rushmore.
On the Mount Rushmore.
On it.
Next on mine is Cabin in the Woods.
Ooh, that's a good one. Not on my list, but that is a good one.
It's so good. I just love how they just talk about cliches.
Type of movie,
they like make fun of the cliches, bring them together. Yeah. And you know, what's amazing from my experience with the movie was I watched it having no idea what it was.
Oh, really?
So I hadn't seen any previews or anything. I just threw it on one day streaming and I had no idea what it was. And so everything was just jaw dropping for me.
I like watching stuff in that way.
Yeah.
Is that the one where the girl's shaving her legs and her skin starts coming off? Because that's a real uncomfortable thing for me. Is that movie?
I don't think it.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't think that's it. I don't think it was in that one.
Oh, well, there must be like some kind of bathtub scene or something then.
I haven't watched it in a while.
Yeah, plus there's like 4 or 5 horror movies with the word cabin in it.
That's true. Yeah.
Definitely could have been something.
Yeah, true.
That's the best one though. That one came out, I want to say like early probably when you were pretty young.
Yeah, I think it was like 2001 or something. Great movie though. Awesome movie. Just talk about cliches. They really make fun of the cliches.
Yeah. My other Stephen King one is The Mist. Have you seen The Mist?
No.
I think there's even a TV
Gosh, I feel like I haven't seen anything.
Okay. Well, The Mist is another one of my favorite things in movies is single location movies.
Yeah.
The Mist takes place all in one location. Or have you seen Reservoir Dogs?
No.
Tarantino does it. Did you watch Hateful Eight?
Yes.
Okay, Hateful Eight all takes place in the same place, right? Yeah. Pretty much. It's one of those movies that all takes place in a supermarket because the mist is coming in. There's like monsters in it and stuff. It's hard to explain all that, but it's
I remember
so
seeing
good.
Previews. And
it has the most, and you could look on Reddit or whatever and get your spoilers if you need it. But it has one of the most gut-wrenching twists at the end that you'll ever see.
Oh,
ever.
No, I need to watch it now.
And it's interesting because that twist that's in the movie actually isn't in the Stephen King. I think it's a Stephen King short story.
Yeah.
Kind of like Stand By Me. And that twist is not in was only written for the movie. But it's absolutely devastating, man.
Oh my God.
It's so bad. Like you're like, yeah, it's one of those things where you're like holding the sides of your head.
I can't believe it hasn't been spoiled. I have to watch it.
It goes on the Mount Rushmore for me because I like the single location type of movie. There's some batshit religious type of stuff in it, which I like, where it kind of divides people. You know, you kind of get into people and cultists, choosing sides and whatnot. Yeah, The Mist. And it's a great short story as well. So read it. I'll
check both out. I guess my last one for me is a movie that just honestly scared me like no other horror movie I've ever watched, and that was The Conjuring.
Ooh, that's a good one too.
It was absolutely horrifying.
That's not my side of the genre either.
It was horrifying, and I just love how scary it was. And it was not relying on any cheap jump scares, but the jump scares that were there were so fucking well done. It was just terrifying beginning to end. I loved it. And the characters, you never felt like a huge issue with a lot of horror films is you're just so mad at the protagonist for acting like an idiot.
Yeah.
But I feel like in this movie, you don't run into that. And it's just a matter of like, I hope they live, you know?
Yeah.
It was so scary. So that is Mount Rushmore for me.
I feel like that movie's like in the brutal category too, which is always good. Yeah, that's a good one. And I think if you looked at a lot of like, if you Googled top lists, that's probably towards the top.
Yeah.
Towards the top. My number one comes with kind of an asterisk. It's Blair Witch but only like during the original, because I went to the theater and saw it like on its original run. The internet wasn't like super prevalent then. Like we went in and watched it thinking maybe it could, like you had to make a decision on whether you thought it was real or if it was staged.
I would have thought it was real.
Like we didn't know at the time.
They hid the actors.
And it made watching the movie so different of an experience. You know what I mean? Because I went in the theater, and also the buzz around then was they were so stiff on carding and stuff like that. So you heard about that ahead of time. You're like, oh man, must be some fucked up shit. And then, you know, like I said, if you watched it in those first couple weeks before you found out that it was all set up and staged and whatever, which it's still great because of that. I feel like you can go watch it right now knowing everything, and it's still fucking
terrifying,
creepy as hell.
Absolutely terrifying.
But watching it at that time where you like had to make a decision, I was kind of on the side that this is probably staged. But if you have any seed of doubt while you're watching that movie, totally fucked up. Totally fucked up.
I watched that movie when I was like 17 years old and slept in my mom's bed that night because I was so scared. At 17.
Why was it on your list then?
It was so good. You are so right. You are so right. That movie, I don't think I could ever watch it again, to be honest.
I've watched it again. I've watched it like 3 or 4 times.
Horrifying.
Yeah, it's really raw.
Yes, that's a really good word for it.
Like there's no production to it really. It's super raw.
It feels so real.
That's creepy. It's creepy as hell. All right, those are some good Mount Rushmores of the spooky movies. All right, what's our next Mount Rushmore?
We're moving on from like horror and spooky to sweets, happiness.
Makes sense. Halloween.
Yeah, right.
You gotta have your candy. So sweets, my Mount Rushmore of sweets.
Yeah, what you got?
I have zebra cakes. Little zebra
my
cakes.
God, yum.
I get 2 of them every time. Every time. There's like multiple ways to eat them. I love cake, especially like yellow cake. Like I like chocolate with things, but not things that are like base chocolate. That's another discussion.
Yeah.
But zebra cake, since it's like the vanilla or yellow.
And the like hard shell.
Sometimes I eat them in like 3 bites.
Oh, yeah.
Which are 3 pretty big bites. Sometimes I eat around like the outside and then just eat the middle at the end. Like you can eat them in multiple ways. Plus you get 2 of them.
So good. Pure sugar, but so good.
Zebra cakes. I'll tell you, spoilers for my sweets. I'm like a cake foundation kind of guy. I like cake I like cake better than ice cream.
Yeah.
Even. So, zebra cakes.
Zebra cakes. I have Kit Kats.
Oh, yeah.
I really love
Simple
Kit Kats.
And delicious.
Yeah, just some milk chocolate over a wafer. Perfect. Don't fix it if it ain't broke, you know?
Yeah. All sizes too. Little ones.
Yeah. There's so many weird flavors now. I really only care about the original, and I will do white chocolate if it's there. Sometimes I'll do the Halloween orange. But other than that, like Zach got like pistachio ones, and like
those are like green or some shit.
And there's so many different.
Of course, I just got you cinnamon ones, but I've never had them. And
I've never
cinnamon
tried those.
Is like one of my favorite flavors.
Yeah.
They gotta be good.
They gotta be.
And we had the cinnamon churro waffles, and you like those. So
those were so good.
I know you like cinnamon, so I was like, I'll throw those in there.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Thanks for the Kit Kats. Yay.
Yeah. We need to try those. That's good. I'm going to go Laffy Taffy is my favorite, like, candy sweet.
Wow.
I don't know if we were going straight candy, but I put it in there.
No, that's good.
When it comes to candy, I like chewable candy. It was hard not to put Starburst here, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Because I do love Starburst. But there's something about Laffy Taffy's flavor and maybe more so texture.
The juices.
Yeah. Juices.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
a lot more juices.
Laffy Taffy for me. I love
Good
Laffy
one.
Taffy. All the colors, even the banana. Give them all to me.
I do like banana too. It's such a hated flavor, and I enjoy it.
Some people toss it aside.
I have melted chocolate. Just really just any melted warm chocolate. I
Yeah.
can pour it on things. I can just put it in my mouth. It does
Yeah.
not matter.
First two things I think of are ice cream, obviously,
Yeah.
or over like a hot brownie.
Oh, yum. Yeah. I like putting it over like strawberries and stuff too. Like
So have you
over
ever
fruit.
done like a chocolate fondue type of
Yes,
situation?
yes.
Party or
We didn't do a party, but we went to Goodwill once. There was a fondue set that was like $1. And we bought it and it had everything. It was like actually worth so much. I mean, to us in our hearts, it was worth so much, but
our hearts and minds?
yeah, it was, we stayed up like all night doing chocolate fondue and it was amazing.
Man, that does sound good.
Yeah, it was
Strawberries,
And then we never did it again.
graham crackers. Yeah, well, we should.
Yeah, we should fondue party.
Scheduling it. Create an event.
Woohoo.
I'm going to go Reese's
Yum.
in a lot of different ways. I just left it Reese's because I like the cups. I like most of their other things. I really like, they're kind of hard to find. You know what a Nutrageous is? Reese's Nutrageous?
No.
It's kind of like a Snickers, but instead of nougat, there's Reese's.
Oh, wow.
Got peanut butter and caramel covered in chocolate. Pretty much any of them. I had a Reese's. Have you had the jumbo cup yet?
No.
It's like a fucking hamburger. Oh my God. Like, you know how they have big cups? You're familiar
Yeah.
with big cups, right? Which are one of my favorite, actually.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a big thing with Reese's is the chocolate to peanut butter ratio.
Yeah.
Like, you want enough peanut butter in there. And that's why, like, the pumpkins and the trees are so popular because it's less chocolate, or at least that's my theory.
That could make sense.
But the jumbo cup is like almost all chocolate.
yeah.
Don't recommend. Don't buy it.
Oh, man.
It's like wider. It's like the Whopper, the Burger King Whopper
Yeah.
to the McDonald's Big Mac. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
it's just a bigger patty.
Oh, I see.
But
Okay.
It's still thin like a
There's not enough
well, it's
peanut
probably
butter.
a little thicker than a regular one, but don't recommend. But still on my Mount Rushmore because man, it's just always good and there's so
Yeah.
many different ways you can do it.
So good. It's a classic combo.
The little cups, what do you call those? Miniatures
Minis,
or whatever?
I guess. The ones you can get in the big bag at the movie theater.
Yeah.
Those are so good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Good pick.
Reese's.
I have chocolate chip cookies.
Oh man, I didn't even think of that.
It's so
That's
simple,
so
but
good.
man, it's so good, right?
Man, some Toll Houses? Hell yeah.
Oh my gosh, just so good. Just I loved, and I
Whatever
don't.
your grandma makes.
Oh,
Hell
and when
yeah.
they're chewy and warm, like you
Yeah,
get 'em-
right out of the oven.
Oh my god, it just doesn't compare.
Wow, I can't believe I didn't think of chocolate chip.
What did you think of?
Rounding out mine is kind of a personal thing. It's called icebox dessert in our family, or eclair cake. Have you ever heard of eclair cake?
I think so.
Okay, so it's like a refrigerated dessert. It's mostly whipped cream.
Yeah.
It's got a graham cracker base, and then it has like cream cheese, and then chocolate pudding and whipped cream.
Yeah.
Have you had that?
I think so.
And you just like cut it into squares in a casserole dish.
It
type
seems
of
like
situation.
something I've
Real
enjoyed.
cheap, real easy, but it's just the right flavors because the cream cheese and the graham cracker at the bottom, chocolate, and then whipped cream is like the top half of it.
Yeah.
Our family always made it. We always call it icebox dessert. So there's kind of like a personal thing there for me too. It's what I always ask for, like for my birthday.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome. That
we
sounds
should
so
make
good.
some. We'll make
I'm like,
some.
I want one.
I'll make some. It's easy to make.
Right.
So next time we record, we'll have a icebox dessert. So that takes up the primary spot on my sweets.
That's a really good one. That's a really good one. I have cheesecake.
Oh my God, I didn't think of that either.
I love cheesecake,
I do
dude.
too.
It's so good.
All of them, unless it's like coffee based, because I don't drink coffee.
Yeah.
But any other cheesecake, I'll do. Yeah.
I don't even like when we go to Cheesecake Factory, I don't even get like the specialty ones because I'm just so happy with the way cheesecake is as is. It's so good. It's just perfect already. Like I wouldn't
can
change
eat a
it.
plain
Yeah.
or whatever you want to do
And
to
then
it.
you have all these flavor options and it's like, oh my God, it's perfect.
How often do you think you eat it?
Not often.
enough. Not enough. That's how
Definitely
often.
not enough.
I feel like it's one of those things that I eat. It's almost like it's a treat.
Right.
You know what I mean?
100%.
I'm glad I don't eat it all the time.
Yeah.
But that's,
Because it is really heavy.
yeah.
It's a heavy
that
dessert.
should be on mine. Because honestly, I would say that was
My number
that's a top
one. I
4
would get a
dessert
tattoo
for
of
me.
cheesecake right now.
Would he have like arms and legs and be smiling, or
Yes.
yeah, has a personality. How about travel destinations? Your Mount Rushmore.
All right. So my first one, is probably biased because I was just there, the Smoky Mountains.
Yeah.
Like right here, right in the U.S. I for real
do
think
not
it's
blame you.
so beautiful. It's so beautiful, and I just can't get enough of it. I've been there so many times, at least 12, and
How many bears have you seen? I've seen a couple. I think you guys saw one.
yeah,
right?
we saw. Well, we rode up right next to one. That picture my mom took, we were like so close to it. But then when I was a kid, I saw a few too. So I probably like saw 3 or 4 total. Which
Just live with them out there.
yeah,
I agree with that. I think everybody should go there at least once.
yeah,
Totally, for sure. Especially if you live in the United States.
right. Because it's easy. You can just go.
That's what's so cool. Let me. Okay, 3 out of my 4 are in this country.
Really?
Yeah.
That was my only one.
I was just gonna. Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was just gonna say our country is so. I love going to national parks and stuff, and our country is so diverse. It's
Yes.
crazy, more diverse than any other country in the world as far as like
crazy.
geography.
Yeah.
We have deserts and man,
It's crazy.
Appalachian Mountain Range, which you were on. Nuts. I'm gonna go. Well, let's go home first. I'm gonna say Missouri.
Aw.
And especially it's rivers. I love to go floating and stuff. There's so many rivers and awesome riverways you can take and really just soak it all in. I wish they had that kind of thing up here because Wisconsin, I mean, looks a lot like Missouri. Missouri's more hilly, probably. Not by a lot. It's not like Tennessee, but there's definitely more fields and flat land up here. But for the most part, it's just as green, but we have all these rivers
Yeah.
that you can enjoy in like so many different ways. So I feel like everybody should go there at least once.
You love it.
Top travel destination.
You're home.
Yeah, you gotta love your home too.
Yeah. I love Wisconsin. It's not on my list, but I really do. I love Wisconsin.
If you moved to St. Louis and we did the same list, you probably would not say Milwaukee though, would you? Or
No.
Wisconsin.
I probably wouldn't.
Travel destination.
Milwaukee, North Side.
Yeah. Wisconsin's great though. I've lived
do
here
love
for over a decade. It's awesome as far as that stuff.
Yeah, you're still here, so
Yep.
must be okay. This is more like vacation travel destination feel. I have Jamaica.
Ooh,
It's like a
Jamaica.
resort.
Yeah, you guys had a great time doing
Oh,
that.
that's what we're gonna do for our honeymoon. We both just, oh my God, just
Makes sense.
it was so beautiful. It was so beautiful, and it was so beautiful.
My mom and dad have done the same thing. They've
Oh
gone
my
to Jamaica.
I would do it again in a heartbeat. Best vacation,
I feel like
vacation
that's-
ever.
Yeah, I feel like that's a place that everybody should go once.
Yeah. It was like something out of a movie. I've just never experienced anything like it. True relaxation, just like smoking Jamaican weed on the Jamaica beach.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never.
Wind blowing through your hair.
Yeah, it's just a feeling you can't even describe.
Oh, that's so nice. And you're going to go back.
Yeah.
It was good enough.
Once we save up our money.
Yeah. I was going to say it's good enough. It was good enough to spend your money and go back.
Yeah.
I'm going to say San Diego, which is where my sister lives.
Ooh.
That's like the best weather in the country right there. And there's a lot of diversity there and a lot of beach life there. Like if you want to go do the California thing and be in a relaxed, good weather,
Yeah.
man, good vibe type of place, it's San Diego for sure. Probably in the entire country.
Wow. That's a good one.
Have you ever been to San Diego?
I haven't, but I had a friend that moved out there and she loves it.
Have you been to Southern or California?
No, I haven't been out really that way other than like
Coast.
Nevada. I mean, as far
Vegas.
as I got. Vegas is as far as I got.
Vegas is its own little bubble, though.
Yeah, it's very true. Very true.
It's almost like New York City. It's just a little bit of everything.
Right.
But am I on my... No. Okay, let's go out of the country. I'm going to go Japan, even though I haven't been there. That's where I want to go the most. So I figured I'd put it on there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Tokyo, obviously. But
Yeah, that's my next one is Tokyo.
I'd want to hit some other spots, too. It's just, man, the creativity and the vibe and everything that
Yeah.
I don't even know that probably goes on there. Like, I want to go experience all that.
Yeah, that's my next one too is Tokyo.
Efficient public transportation.
Yeah.
I want to do it all.
I want to sit on their toilet.
Oh, yeah.
They have like such amazing toilets.
Oh, they pamper their citizens in
Right.
some parts of Tokyo.
It's just like seems so like far in technology and civilization there. Like they're just like, because they can't spend their money on like military, so they got to spend it on something, right?
Yeah.
So it's like all going into the city, and it's like all fun and cute.
yeah, I want to go take all of that in.
Yeah.
100%.
I definitely, that's on my list for sure. I want to go to Tokyo.
Like if someone said, "Here's a ticket to go anywhere," would you choose? What would you choose?
Well, probably my number one, which is Chongqing.
Chongqing.
Which sounds like I'm making fun of Chinese culture, but Chongqing is like a cyberpunk city in China, and that would be where I would want to go.
Big population.
I think yes, it's really big. It's one of the biggest cities in the world. And it's one of the only cities in like inland China because all the cities are on the coast.
Right.
And it's like super cyberpunk, like trains going through the buildings and stuff. And because they built the city like in the mountains and not like within them, like you could be on what feels like the first floor of a building, but it's like a ravine next to you. So you're actually on like the 100th. Like it's just really crazy. It's one of the safest cities in the world. Just so high tech and like robots everywhere and shit. It's like very cyberpunk, but it's like mixed in with nature because of the mountains and like all these rivers and stuff. Huh. It seems like something out of a movie. It feels fake, and I really want to go there.
I bet the prostitutes are really good.
They're probably robots.
Is that what you want though?
No.
So somebody wants.
Somebody wants that for sure.
If they exist.
So if you could have a ticket anywhere, what's your number one?
Well, my number one is Yosemite National Park.
Oh, I want to go so bad.
I know it sounds kind of nerdy and whatever, but man, if you you can't explain it unless you've seen it.
Yeah.
And not only seen it, but seen multiple parts of it, like Yosemite Falls, Half Dome, like all these different spots. And there's so many like things you don't even know about that you stumble upon. They're just freaking epic. It is the most beautiful place in America, I'm convinced, because I've been to a lot of them. I would say Zion National Park is probably second. It's in Utah. It's all the Red Rock type of stuff. That's really fucking unique. But man, you get mountains, you get streams, and big, huge rock faces, and it's just overwhelmingly epic, and it's totally worth all the hype. Like everybody's got to go there.
That's awesome.
So that's on my Mount Rushmore.
I love that.
Is it unique that Mount Rushmore is not on our Mount Rushmores?
No.
For travel destination? Dude, I hear it sucks. Like, you see a lot of those like zoomed out pictures.
It actually
looks
looks
it really
gross.
looks like. And
it looks really lame.
Fucking ruin this mountain.
Right. Yeah. I have a lot of like Native American friends and they freaking hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet.
Well, what do we have next year?
Oh, that's all? That's all? We've completed?
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't know how to segue. You got to do it.
No, that's fine. Things that are fun once. This is a really funny one. We actually stole this one too, but we couldn't pass it up. We didn't look at any of the answers. So things that are fun once.
I guess one of them I put was bungee jumping. I've never done it, but I feel like one and done, right? Like I did it and it's not something like skydiving. People like do over and over, but I've never heard of anyone that like bungee jumps for a living.
Multiple times.
Right. So I feel like that is a one and done thing.
Yeah, I'm not an adrenaline junkie really. So,
yeah. I don't think I am either. I like to do challenging things, but that kind of stuff.
You don't have to throw me around for fucking $550.
What do you got?
Things that are fun ones. Disneyland.
Or
World, whatever.
I think I could do World several times. Yeah.
Well, maybe not once, but like not within the same like 20 years. You need to wait, dude. Like you need to wait. And some people go there every year, and they love Disney, and I respect all of that. And they take their kids, and it's all good. But I've been there, and we also went to Universal Studios, and Universal Studios was way fucking better.
Yeah.
Way better.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you it still is. And you could go in 2025, and that's how it would be. In 2026, and that's how it would be. And it would be that way forever. Disneyland is cool to take in. And it's cool to see it.
Yeah.
And seeing Tinkerbell flying around at night or whatever, if you're lucky enough to catch that. But man, one time and you're good. And I do recommend the one time, but I don't think going back and back and back is necessary.
That's valid. I have college.
That's epic. That's a good one.
Thank you.
That is a good one.
I feel like you like the first time is great. Like live it up. Learn about yourself, party, study, have all the fun in the world, travel. But when you go back for it again, man, it's just different. It's not great. You're balancing two full-time jobs.
You
have
need
3
to go
kids.
in and do all of it. Just commit to all of it.
Yes.
I feel like, because I didn't. I didn't. You have a degree though.
Yeah, I have a couple.
Yeah. A couple.
I'm a couple degrees.
Finished
I went back for another one.
They
That's
don't
why I
use-
thought of that, because I went back.
Oh, really?
I went back to get another degree because it was like right before COVID, and I was like, I don't want to bartend forever, and so and I couldn't do anything with theater and Chinese in Milwaukee, so I was like, well, let's go for graphic design, which turns out you also can't do anything with in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
And it was not any fun the second time. Actually, it was pretty horrible.
Well, fair enough. Up on Mount Rushmore it goes.
Yeah. What about you?
I'm going to say meet your hero. And a lot of people say you should never meet your hero.
Wow.
But I think it'd be really fun once. Like, I don't need to know any more about them than whatever initial real impression I can get from another human being to either make a judgment kind of thing. You know what I mean?
I think that's a really good one
Like
because I agree.
Like if you spend any amount of time with a person, you kind of know who they really are, at least a little bit.
And if you can see them more than once, it takes away that like God complex that you have towards them.
Like I want to confirm or deny my hero.
Yeah.
So things that are fun. Only once, meet my hero.
I have solving a puzzle.
Okay, yeah. Why would you do it again?
Right, because like that was fun. Now I know how to do it. So
Right. Here it is. Take a picture of it. If you really, really like it, get one of those frame mount things.
Yeah.
Put it on your wall if you want to keep it.
exactly.
How about running up the down escalator? Like everybody needs to try that, right?
Right, everybody needs to give it one go.
One go.
Yeah,
It
that's
would
a
be,
good one.
I feel like I've never done it personally. I feel like it'd be really hard. Well, depending how long the escalator is, I guess. Like
Yeah.
if you're in a baseball stadium or something, it's a long way. But I don't even know how I thought of that one. I was like,
Such a good one.
just random.
That's a good one.
Running up the down escalator. You see it in movies sometimes.
Yeah, because it's just part of it's like
It happens.
part of it. It's a canon event.
I feel like I have to do it now
Yeah.
at some point.
Right. My number one is visiting famous landmarks,
Yeah.
such as like the Great Wall and Stonehenge, both of which I've been to and would never go to again.
Yeah.
They would like Stonehenge was actually a miserable experience. They don't let you get anywhere near it, and it was pouring rain, and I guess it always rains there. So it was pouring rain, and you have to look at it from afar. The Great Wall of China was super cool, but then like every time you make a friend that hasn't been there, they want you to take them. So I went there like 7 times, and after a while, you're like, this is a wall.
To the same part of the same wall.
No, I went to several different parts. There was one part the first time I went. Maybe this is why I can't go again. The first part of the wall I went to, they had a slide back down the mountain from the top. So
that's fun.
you climb the mountain, and then at the top of the wall, you can take a slide down.
Like on a potato sack or something?
It's like on those like carts with the brake,
Oh, okay.
and it like goes all through the mountain.
Yeah,
And,
that sounds fun.
and then they're yelling at you in Chinese to slow down, and then you're like, I don't speak Chinese, so you could just go as fast as you want.
Pass. I have a free pass.
Free pass.
Not from here.
No idea what you're saying.
Oh my God.
So, yeah, just like I feel like famous landmarks. I feel like a lot of people I talk to that go to them are like, I would like it was cool to see, but that I saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've never seen it. I've seen pictures of it.
the wall.
That's kind of good enough for me.
Yeah, that's how I feel about the pyramids.
Yeah, I'm assuming like the first minute is cool. Then
Yeah.
you're like,
And you're like, wow, I can't believe I did this. And then
this
you're
has
like,
been here forever.
right, there it is.
By rounding out my Mount Rushmore of things that are fun one time is catching your own dinner, like hunting or
Oh,
fishing
yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Like, I think it'd be really cool to have to fend for yourself for just a second.
Yeah, just to see if you can.
Test your survival skills.
Yeah,
But after that, totally not.
yeah,
I'm not a hunter or anything, but I think it'd be cool to provide for yourself in that little moment. But it would definitely not be fun to sustain that lifestyle.
Yeah, I
or
agree.
maybe I've been watching too much Lost.
that's fair also.
It might be
I
on
feel
my
like,
mind.
yeah, I agree though. I feel like if I could do it once and then I'd be like, okay, I know I can do it. Now I'm not gonna.
If you think about all of human history, like the first fucking million years or that.
Yeah.
When you wake up every day and have to like go survive.
Could not be
Go
me.
catch your dinner. But I'd like to do it once. Just like to get that feeling of having to have to do that. Being that responsible. So it makes my Mount Rushmore.
All right. Well, then the next Mount Rushmore is things that
Is this
suck.
the last one?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the last one.
Yeah. So the last Mount Rushmore is things that suck to be late to.
Things that it sucks to be late to.
Yeah.
Mount Rushmore. This might be the most fun one.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first? Do you want me to?
You.
Me? How about having your period?
You already won this. That is actually, yeah.
Is that it?
That's it. Actually, the fact that I didn't think of
I wanted
that.
to get that in there.
That was a really good one.
gotta
That's
be it,
probably
right?
the worst thing to be late to, in my opinion.
I don't think we
Humbly.
need to talk. Winner.
Winner. We don't even need to keep going. But I will.
Things that it sucks to be late to.
A cruise.
A cruise.
Because they'll leave without you.
Missing the boat.
Yeah, they'll just leave without you.
I've not been on a cruise. Have you been
No.
on a cruise? Okay.
But I've seen videos.
I was like, is there like a hard stop? Like we're leaving
I
at
think so.
4:15.
Because, like, what do? You miss the cruise. It leaves. Like, you can't get to the boat once it's gone. So, like, you miss the cruise. You miss the cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would suck. Because you plan this vacation.
Yeah, I wonder how the
you work
refund works
9
on
to
that.
5. You hate your 9 to 5. You hate your family and your kids and your dog. And this is your one chance of reprieve.
Yeah.
And then you miss the fucking boat.
I wanted to land on anonymous islands in the Caribbean for the next 14 days.
Right.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to be late to that. You're
No.
definitely right. A funeral.
Oh, yeah. That's a
You
good
don't wanna
one.
show
I
up
thought
late
of that one, too.
to
It's
the
not on my
funeral.
list, but I thought of that.
Especially if you're an important part of it.
Right.
Pallbearer or something. Well, we can't get him to the front yet.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that's a good
I'm
one.
going to say funeral.
Real good one. I have on the other side of the spectrum, wedding.
I have wedding also.
Yeah.
So we'll knock both of those out.
And
You
it's
don't wanna be
it
late
could
for your
go
wedding.
either way. You don't want to be late for your wedding, your friend's wedding. You don't want to
Yeah.
be late, even if you're. Zach and I showed up late to a church wedding once. We weren't in the wedding or anything. We were just there for it. It is so embarrassing when they're waiting
Yeah.
for the bride and groom to walk down, and you walk through the doors.
Yeah, you have
It's
to like
so-
go out of the way.
You're like,
The fathers with the bride.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
embarrassing,
That's
horrible.
rough. Yeah. Well, I already knocked out. So the last one of mine, Mount Rushmore, things that it sucks to be late to: the birth of a child.
I have that too. That was my top
I
one.
feel like that one works both ways too. 'Cause
Yep.
if you like go into labor, don't make it to the hospital in time, or if you're the father and you didn't happen to be with the mother and you got to
Yep.
get to the hospital.
That was my number one, Mount Rushmore. Yeah, that's a good
You do
one.
not want to be late to the birth of your child.
Yeah. Do you ever watch Phineas and Ferb?
Some, not a ton.
Dr. Doofenshmirtz, when he was like, my parents were never there for anything, not even my own birth.
Oh, jeez.
All right, so my
Terrible.
final Mount Rushmore is a job interview.
Yeah.
Being late to
Ooh.
that is
Yeah,
so.
you're just not going to get the job.
You're just, I mean, you know, you already lost when you're late, you know? I was late to one once and it was
Yeah,
a
you might
horrible.
as well
It was like the third interview too. Like I'd gotten this far and then I hit Milwaukee traffic unexpectedly. There was like an accident on the highway and, it's the worst feeling.
rough.
You know you fucked up. I should have just been like, I'm not coming in.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah. Because you're just done.
Yeah.
You're done.
Horrible.
Those were fun.
Yeah.
We'll do more Mount Rushmores. Tonight was fun. We forgot to talk about video games.
Oops.
So, but that's all right. That's all right. We're going to come back. We're going to do our video game character fantasy draft.
Woo.
Definitely looking forward to. Zach and your brother is going to join us. We'll have all new characters and things like that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Otherwise, it was good catching up. Thanks for spending the time with us tonight, Alyssa.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.